Yes guys, and welcome back to a brand new video on the Sorare YouTube channel. Now today's video I'm going to be showing you guys hopefully the best sites so you can avoid getting DMPs. I use several different sites. I usually toss and turn between each site just before the deadline, just to get as much information as possible. But before we do start, if you guys could drop a like, that would be appreciated. If you guys have any sites as well that I've not mentioned, do let me know, because yeah, the more information the better really. And if you're new to Sorare, do use my link in the description. You will get some benefits, and so will I, so I would appreciate it. Anyway, the first site, so I've made a little tab to be fair. The first site I do use, and I use it weekly, and it's fairly accurate. It's not bang on, but I like to use it for just general news. I use Sports Mole, so it's called Sports Mole. And once you go over to Sports Mole, just click previews. If you go previews, and it'll show you the upcoming games. So it's currently a Monday. So for the upcoming game week, let's say, so I'm building lineups for the next week. I'll look for the next game's lineup. So let's say Leon, I need Leon. So we'll scroll down. If you scroll down, I mean, you can have a read of this. There is actually some good information, to be fair. Shows their form. And this is where it shows the team used to the bottom here. And they'll even give you a score prediction. So they'll give you a rough idea of how they think the game will go. And the helpful thing here is Leon possible starting lineup. So it's very handy, to be fair. It's an additional thing to Play Sharper, which we'll get onto. I think a lot of you guys probably will use Play Sharper, but Sports Mole's a site I do use a lot. I do use it as an additional site because I don't always trust Play Sharper. But I will say Play Sharper is probably one of the best. It depends which sort of league you're going for, because there's different sort of experts. Some experts are better than others. I think a lot of people will agree. I've just realised how dark it is. My apologies. We're a bit dark here, aren't we? That'll do a little bit. Apologies. I'm like in a cave right now. But yeah, Play Sharper is real good. If you've not used Play Sharper before, there'll be almost any lineup possible really. So if we go to game week 4-5-4, I need to know Inter's lineup. The only slight annoying thing is you've got to wait 8 seconds to view the team now, but it's worth it. It is worth it. So they'll give you a percentage, obviously, whether or not a player is going to play. If you do keep checking, like it's currently Monday, so there's still like a day or so till lineups are out. So I think towards the deadline we'll get more information about this Inter team, and these percentages will probably change. I'm really hoping Sommer is back because I've got an Inter collection. But it just shows their percentages, which is real nice. Still need to do Atalanta as well, but Play Sharp is a site I do also use. So far, I definitely use both of these. I'll look at both of their like input. So when they've got Inter out, it's not currently out actually. I was looking for it. When Inter's out, I'll have a look at both of them, have a read, and then see what they think. Next one I don't use quite as much, but SofaScore can be helpful. Looking at past results and stuff like that. That's very good. Looking at the league tables and stuff, which is very nice actually. So West Ham v Brentford is tonight. If it'll load, will it load? Right, lineups. It shows potential lineups there as well. So you've got another site with sort of possible lineups. It'll give you a rough idea. I don't tend to use SofaScore because I don't think they're planned too far ahead, to be honest. So I don't really tend to use SofaScore much, but I use it for like looking at past results and stuff. So that can be very handy, of course. The next one is this, and this is another lineup thing that I do use. It's got less leagues, but once again, it gives you a real nice idea of like who's going to start. So you've got Premier League in there, Champions League, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga, Liga, and MLS, and the Mexican League. And they're planned quite far ahead. So lineups are out quite early on this usually. They've not actually got them out just yet because it's still a full week till the next Premier League fixtures, but and they're fairly accurate. They do give you like injury news and stuff. They even give you the wind. If you need a nice weather update, they give you a weather update as well. 65% chance of rain. I'm not playing my Maddison though. He's not good in the rain. That's why you need to learn your players. Maddison, he's scared of rain, so I'm probably not going to play him in that fixture. But yeah, that's another real good site. Lineups, and there's all sorts of other stuff in this, but I've not really looked into it, to be honest. Like clean sheets, stuff like that. I don't really know. Injuries, formations, defence, feet, position stats, player stats, team stats. It's got a bit of everything. So that's called Rotowire. Rotowire, if you want to use that. Who Scored's real nice as well. They're another that do show you like the predicted score and predicted lineups. So if you click the eye, there's the predicted lineups. They'll give you all sorts of probable lineups, statistical comparisons, and if you scroll down once again, they'll give you a bit of an idea of how they do. And they do that with all sorts, like the championship. I find it quite handy to get an idea of like what's going on in the championship, some of the lineups, because I've got quite a few championship players. Is there any others? So yeah, this Serie A one's real good. If you've got Serie A lineups, I've just started using this actually. Someone recommended it on Twitter. It's called La Gazette dello Sport, and it does give you all sorts of news on Serie A teams. So what you want to click is Calcio, and you can click between whatever team you want really. So Serie A, I don't think any of the predicted. I mean, maybe Inter's is out soon. So I don't speak Italian, so I've got to click around here. But it'll give you all sorts of news on the Serie A, and it's quite accurate. It is quite accurate. That's the table. Is it Mark? No, it might be Notezi. Fratesi. Some way you can find the lineups, the upcoming lineups. If I click Inter, let's say Inter. I mean, if you could speak Italian, it would make it a lot better. There you go. I think that's the probable lineups. Yeah, but that's a real good site. I was using that for last game week, and it does help. It does help. And then anyway, is there any other sites that I use? I mean, this isn't quite for lineups, but this is good for transfer news. So if you're wanting transfer news, what you want to do, type in sorarebase.football, and basically if you sign in, I believe, yeah, if you sign in, let me just quickly sign in, authorize, and basically it can track your Sorare gallery, so it'll show you like transfer rooms and stuff like that. So if I go to Masato, so yeah, if you click Masato or something, it'll literally show you like players that are transferred. So I've got this MLS geezer, he's transferred to Nashville. Zarori went to Hull. Brogy went to Fulham. So especially if you've got quite a few players, it can be very, very handy to track transfers. So Burnley to Leeds, of course. And then the main site, I mean, most people have probably know this site, is Sorare Data. Easily the best site for Sorare. You can find all sorts, scout players, Sorare Builder, lineup builder. And yeah, you can build your lineups, and they'll give you like probabilities. Like the more A's there are, the better the player, the better like matchup they've got basically. So yeah, if someone's available, which he's had the flu, so he might not be available. As you can see, 88% of people think he'll start, but that's a guess. People are guessing so far. Çalhanoğlu will probably be out, so I won't play him. Damian's most likely probably not going to play, so probably go with that. And then I will need a different midfielder and a different extra as well. So there's a lot of the sites I do use. Is there any others I've not mentioned? They're the main ones I use. I obviously use Sorare Mega for, that's like an additional game mode. I don't know if it's still a thing. I'm not going to lie. It might be. I just don't use it anymore. But it used to be like a separate side game where you can win extra cards, which was quite nice. But they're the main ones I use, to be honest. As you can see, I mean, you can't really see, but I've saved it in a folder. And I always use this folder for different news. And then another one, I'm not going to go over to Twitter because I don't want anything leaked, because you never know what's on Twitter. But yeah, Twitter's real good if you want news on a player, news on a transfer, news on anything. Like, Twitter's really good. Follow accounts. There's a lot of good Sorare accounts out there that will give you good news. Atletico Madrid, by the way, have got a really good account. It's probably one of the best accounts I've seen actually in terms of news. They release news updates like a day or so before the game week, so literally you can find out any DMPs but a day before, which is really, really difficult with a lot of teams. So that's one reason I love Atletico Madrid. So shout out to that Twitter account. I think it's called like Atletico Extra, something like that. But there's all sorts of accounts you can follow. For, let's say if you've got a Norwich stack or something, there'll be all sorts of fan accounts and stuff that'll help you out. I've got a Burnley collection. I follow all sorts of Burnley accounts, and I like to see not only news, but I like to just see like fans' opinions, because I think like sometimes it's good to get a fan's perspective, because obviously they follow the club probably more than you do, especially if they're a fan and they watch every single minute of every game. So Twitter can be one of the best sites, to be honest. But outside of that, that's all I use. So let me know what you guys do use, if you've got any other additional really helpful websites or whatever. So yeah, if you are new to Sorare, do make sure to use my link. I would appreciate that. And if you guys could drop a like, that would be appreciated. And if you're interested in more videos, do let me know. But I'll catch you in the next one. And I need better lighting. Holy shit. Goodbye.